What happens when misinformation gains steam and wraps up even the most unlikely of bystanders? ABC's Jay O'Brien journeyed to the all-important swing state of Pennsylvania for a look at how one group is fighting back against allegations of fraud while keeping the faith in democracy.
The Benedictine Sisters of Erie, Pennsylvania pray together at least 3 times a day. Living a monastic life focused on community, they're content. Right now, all they really want is for a new firestorm of misinformation to leave them alone. Did you ever expect to be a living example of misinformation?
No, I did not plan this.
Last week, a Pennsylvania Republican activist claimed one of his staffers out knocking on doors was told no one lives here. And that activist, Cliff Maloney, posted this on X that's now been seen millions of times, scrolling through the names and political affiliations of each of the 50-plus sisters whose voting records tie them to this address, and implying the nuns were committing voter fraud. One problem: hi. We drove out to the monastery and found people really do live here.
Very nice to meet you. 55 real people.
Real people who eat and sleep and pray. And
all but 2 are registered to vote and plan on it. Sister Stephanie Schmidt is in charge.
It was very concerning because this was a blatant lie putting out to the public information that was just wrong.
And it made you out to be a kind of a criminal, I guess.
Well, it was accusatory of voter fraud. We're living in Pennsylvania, which is a swing state, so it did put in my mind the possibility that this is staging for after the election. Look at this, 53 voters registered and nobody lives there.
And they're nuns.
Right, which is another reason we had to get out there. We're committed to living in truth and justice and integrity.
The sisters fought back, quickly putting out a public statement and saying they sympathize with the countless others in this country who, quote, are victims of similar untruths.
This campaign is filled with so much deceit, so much misinformation, and we have to wake people up.
Schmidt says it's hard to believe that if someone really did visit the monastery, as the Post claims, they would think no one lives in this massive complex with hallway after hallway of bedrooms.
Nobody would think this is an empty building.
You're hard to miss in a place like this.
Yes.
Maloney, who did not respond to questions from ABC News, later posted a follow-up, writing his team is continuing to analyze the situation, and said once they have proof the sisters are legitimate residents, quote, we will be content.
The skilled tribe.
We found that proof all around us.
Even this community can't be spared from how partisan, how misinformation-driven at times this race has become, and this country has become.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Just given the events of the last few days.
Oh, yes. It's invaded our home, if you want to describe it that way.
Really fascinating work there. Our thanks to Jay O'Brien for that.